also like to bring up a pretty cool thing. I know there's a discussion going in the NCFM chat room about boycotting V8. They have a commercial where people bonk. I guess they bonk themselves on the head, or they bonk someone else on the head. And of course, what we're all talking about is that no one's bonking there's no men bonking any women on the head. Not allowed. Not PC. Women are bonking men on the head. Women are bonking kids on the head. But no woman is getting bonked. Maybe by a child. Maybe a female child's bonking a woman on the head. But I was thinking, gee, since we're getting this ball rolling and our movement is really getting a lot of steam, I think we should pick a product or a company and boycott that, just to flex our muscles, just to show that we have arrived and we mean business. I don't know if this V8 thing is worthy, if it's substantial enough to really put efforts into it, but I think we should pick some egregious company, advertisement or product that is so blatantly misandric that we could make a difference. I mean, up till now, advertising has had its way with men, and they were not scared about it. Men complaining about being treated in a bigoted way. A lot of times, feminist arguments make no sense to me, because they'll say things like it's the war on women, meaning that we are trying to take away women's reproductive freedoms. We're trying to limit women's reproductive freedoms. But the point is, when you say you have a war on women, there are only two sexes, so that's got to be in contrast to, men. So, do men have reproductive rights? No, they don't. So how can you say there's a war on women when the war was never fought against men, because men never had reproductive rights? So, if women were going to have equal reproductive rights with men, the only other sex there is, they would have to lose all their rights. So as it is, women have reproductive rights, men don't. So I don't know what you're talking about on this war on women. Supposedly there's a lot of violence against women. Anytime you have blank against women, it's only opposed as compared to men. It's got to be, there's only two sexes. So it's got to be, alright, there's a lot of violence against women compared to men, right? So if we look at the violence rates against men and women, men have more violence committed against them. So they're even wrong on that issue. As I said, as with the reproductive rights issue, the war on women, women's reproductive rights, as if men have that already and women are fighting for it. Of course, they're lying. Men don't have any reproductive rights, and women already have it, special rights, because they're women, and they're pretending like the war is on them. Yes, the war is on their special privilege. As I said, any of these campaigns by them, issues, blank against women, as opposed to men. It has to be. So you would have to compare the situation with men and see, do they really have it worse than men? Because if they have it better than men, there's no complaint to be made. The complaint to be made would be to help men. All right, thank you. As far as the boycotting V8. I mean, I don't know if that ad is still being run. If it is, maybe this V8 could be a product that we could boycott. Just as in politics, politicians ignore the male vote because I guess they assume that men are going to vote a certain way, and why should we even worry about garnering their vote? Let's just fight over the female vote. But I think once men and activists get their act together, we can make it clear that we are a voting bloc, and if there were any politicians really on the ball who start to get aware of our movement, the moment a politician, one of these politicians, mentions equal rights for men or true equality for the sexes, that politician will all of a sudden garner many of our votes and could really put them over the top, because there are no politicians that speak about men's rights or men's reproductive rights or responsibility of women to take equal responsibility. As soon as a politician starts speaking like this, that politician is going to have the attention of many millions of us, because this has never been spoken about. And you know, the few of the like-minded people who are actually active as us, we will definitely pay attention. But there are many millions of men and women out there who know there's something wrong in the narrative between about equal rights between the sexes, and many millions of men are angry. Maybe they don't identify as a men's rights activist or men's human rights activist, but they certainly are fathers, and they don't like how they're being treated by this government and this society. And as soon as they see or hear a politician or anybody in the media, entertainment, an entertainer, well-known entertainer or movie star, speaking about men's rights, I'm so surprised it hasn't happened yet. Chris Brown, speak up, man. Do a little Googling on the internet. Find out that men are being abused. You were abused. You were abused. You tried to defend yourself, and now you're vilified as this abuser. Where are you, men? Wake up. What do you really have to lose, you well-known entertainers out there, or famous media people? You're only going to be speaking the truth, and guess what? Do a little Googling, you'll see that many people are on your side.